Welcome back to Bedivineminded. It is your girl, Goddess Fumi. I'm making this video because I wanted to piggyback off the last video that I made regarding shadow work and a story time that I did. So if you haven't already, please check that video out. But I was speaking about how the shadow self can affect relationships and, different situations in your life can be affected by your shadow self. But I also wanted to touch on the fact that your shadow self is there to protect you, okay? And I don't want any of my women or anybody to think that what I was saying in that last video was to ignore your shadow self, okay? It is so important to acknowledge your shadow self and understand that it is there because it is there to protect you. So if you're in situations and you start feeling these low vibrational feelings, a lot of times it can be because your body and your intuition is telling you that something is not right. It could be telling you that you are about to repeat a cycle, or that you are, about to go back into some drama and trauma, okay? So please don't never neglect to pay attention to your intuition and the way your gut, your heart, and your mind is, when they're not in agreement and they're telling you something and they're having you feel these type of ways or these emotions, that means something is not right. You may need to just step back from the situation and really look at it, because a lot of times you feel those feelings and that shadow self come out when your needs are not being met. And this is why I think it's important for us to really understand ourselves and be real with ourselves and be real with the people, that we're involved with, or, and this can be friends, relationships, whatever. Just be real with it. And that was one of my biggest issues, because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. So I would accept all of their flaws and things that I felt that, they just weren't measuring up when it comes to being with me, because I looked at it as if, I have my own flaws. I have things I need to work on. But remember when I did a video on boundaries and standards, having that list of standards and being true to that list of standards is so important, because when you ignore those signs and those red flags, your body and your intuition and that shadow self will come out. And a lot of times when you allow the shadow self to come out, it's going to really make it seem like it's your fault. You're going to do insecure things. You're going to do jealous, or, you're going to do low vibrational things. And it's going to really make the situation worse, So what I'm learning to do is, as soon as I start to feel a low vibration or a negative feeling, I have to truly start stepping back and seeing, what is it that I'm missing in this equation? What is it that I'm not being aware of? What is it that, my body is trying to tell me in this situation? I did a story time in that last one, and the reason why I was going into those low vibrations is because my basic needs were not being met. I am used to being treated a certain kind of way, and I enjoy being treated a certain kind of way, and I enjoy understanding how the person feels about me. And we all have our own different love languages, okay? And so my needs were not being met because our love language just didn't match up. Even though, yes, I had my own issues and I had things that I need to work on, and I still need to work on, but at the same time, that situation was not meant for me. Like, I'm a strong believer, okay? And the person that God sends for you, they are going to allow you to see yourself as a mirror, but they're also going to be there to help and motivate you and help heal you. And they're going to be there, they're not going to neglect you. They're not going to down you or criticize you for the things that you, for your flaws, and that's the thing. Like, some people will come into your life as if they're totally perfect and criticize everything that you do. And that's not your person. Your person is someone that's going to notice your insecurities, notice that you have these flaws. They're going to try to help you love that part of you. Your intuition and energy, it does not lie, and you have to pay attention to it. So if you are in a situation and you see your shadow self sneaking out and coming out and acting in these different behaviors, then it is time for you, as the conscious mind, to step back and look at it and say, what is it that you're trying to tell me, sis? Your shadow self is your sis. Look at it as like that inner being that's telling you, like, We don't like how this feel. You've been with a man that did this. You've been with a man that didn't express his feelings. You can say, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're trying to protect me. So let me step back and either make my needs known. And if this man is not willing to do the things that you need so that you guys can work together, then that's not the man for you. And so I just really wanted to make this quick video because I do not want any of y'all women thinking that your shadow self, when it comes out, like, you know, it's all your fault, because a lot of times when it comes out, it's coming out for a reason. So that's why I say understanding the self, paying attention to the self. Like for me, I go through a lot of stuff. You know, I go through things so that I can understand me. Every time I go through a situation or anything, I'm learning more and more about myself. I am really striving to be divine-minded, and God is putting me through that test. So make sure you guys subscribe. This is just a quick video. My next video, which I'm going to do probably, I don't know, I should probably just do it now, right? Like, I mean, I feel like I'm looking a mess or whatever, but my next video is going to be about the angry black woman, Zuli Dantor, and Iamoja. And I'm going to talk about how these three goddesses are the same energy and how it's been transformed and transferred, and how that energy is all within us, and how we need to understand that energy so that we can learn how to control it and, you know, create the journey for that energy that we want it to be. So make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, Be Divine Minded. Look, find me on Instagram at Be Divine Minded, Facebook at Be Divine Minded. I have an online shop where I sell all type of goddess goodies at BeDivineMinded.shop. Love you all, and remember to be divine minded.